Goku escapes Namek narrowly, ending up on a different planet than normal. Instead of going to Yardrat, he ends up on Vampa, finding BROLY and Paragus there. While it's shocking to see another Saiyan, it's especially shocking to see someone like BROLY, with so much power who doesn't know how to control it. Although, with Goku's help, that might change. But he's still concerned. What are they going to act like once they meet Vegeta? We'll discuss all of that and more in part 2 of What If Goku Found BROLY Early. As Paragus glares Vegeta down, he holds his tongue, but Vegeta can tell. Paragus wants to say something. He wants to do something, and he asks, what's his issue? Clearly that Saiyan isn't happy to see Vegeta here. And why is that? What's going on? Paragus is pissed off, about to respond, but Goku looks at him. Don't blow up against Vegeta. Blowing up is Vegeta's job after all, figuratively and literally. But Vegeta's kind of the issue here. He actually taunts Paragus. No, he tells Goku not to get involved. He wants to know why this guy looks so mad to see Vegeta. Is there something he's holding against him? What did Vegeta do? He's the prince. Why is this guy pissed off at the prince? Shouldn't he be happy to see another Saiyan alive or something? And Paragus is an outburst, screaming at Vegeta, blaming him for everything. Vegeta says he doesn't even know those two, which is actually true. And Paragus blames Vegeta for the sins of his father. It was all King Vegeta's fault, the life that they lived. Like, yeah, they left Vampa earlier than normal, but it's not like they knew when they were going to leave. Even though they got off Vampa much earlier than they normally did in the series, there's still the fact that they were at Vampa for so long, and the fact that Vegeta tried to kill them. It is still not that great of a situation. But Vegeta assures Paragus he had nothing to do with that. He didn't even know these two until now. He even laughs about it. If he knew there were other Saiyan survivors, he probably would have recruited them against Frieza or something. And Paragus laughs at that idea. From what Paragus can understand, Vegeta just died against Frieza. He didn't do much against him. Goku was the one who killed Frieza. Or at least defeated, because he did end up alive still, so. Moot point though. Paragus says he isn't scared of Vegeta, and Vegeta questions that. Really now. So, he thinks Goku's power is great because he's a Super Saiyan, right? Before Vegeta's about to interject, Paragus then screams, sicking BROLY on Vegeta. Goku tries to stop both of them, but it's already too late. BROLY doesn't really know what to do here, and he's getting pissed off too seeing Vegeta and Paragus argue. And Goku thought he prepared them for this, but apparently not. All those years of essentially being brainwashed by Paragus still didn't have an effect on BROLY, making him want to attack Vegeta here. The two begin fighting in base, and Vegeta's actually a little bit shocked at BROLY's power. Wow, for a Saiyan who hasn't even transformed, and who's been stuck on some deserted planet for so long, he's strong. He's actually around Vegeta's level right now. But that's actually not the full extent of it. BROLY continues growing stronger, showcasing more power as he gets angrier. First, Vegeta's defending against BROLY's attacks, and then it turns into a full-on battle, where Vegeta just can't confidently defend against everything. He starts taking some damage, and he starts dealing out some damage too. So, this Saiyan has more power than he expected. But he tells Paragus shouldn't have sicked BROLY on Vegeta. If he didn't so rudely interrupt Vegeta, Vegeta was about to give him a nice tidbit of information, something that would have prevented Paragus from doing this in the first place. He wasn't looking to use this against BROLY, but he doesn't really have a choice now. Where does Paragus think he's been for so long? Vegeta's been off-planet, training, and has unlocked something deep within him that he knew he could find. BROLY punches at Vegeta, but Vegeta grabs the fist, and BROLY tries to jerk his hand back, but he can't. He throws another punch. Vegeta grabs that too. He smirks, and a golden aura begins surrounding him. Everyone looks on dumbfounded. They already know exactly what this is. Vegeta fully powers up, with his hair flickering golden and his eyes turning a bluish color. He looks just like Goku, and Trunks for that matter. He's become a Super Saiyan. That's right, there's another. It's not just Kakarot and whoever that random time traveler was that Vegeta's heard a little about. He's a Super Saiyan as well. He begins to completely decimate BROLY. The gap in power is too huge now, and Goku tells Vegeta to not mess around. He has to end this quick before BROLY can power up even more. But also at the same time, don't hurt BROLY. They gotta stop this. And Paragus tells Goku to shut up. Who cares if BROLY loses control? He still has the remote. But then he notices something strange during the battle. As he pulls out the remote, BROLY doesn't have a collar. Wait, where did that go? And that's why Goku was so nervous. He couldn't just let BROLY keep that on. There was no point in it. Well, there was a point. It controlled BROLY, but it was so cruel to do so. And it's like Goku was telling Paragus before. There's better ways to control his power. Thankfully, now that they're on Earth, BROLY isn't around Paragus 24/7. And Goku was able to get BROLY to remove the collar, convincing him to do so. But he really should have accounted for this, knowing that Vegeta would probably try and piss off Paragus somehow. But really, that's on Vegeta more than anyone. Paragus was going to remain calm, but Vegeta then taunted him. It's not really fun for Goku to be kind of a babysitter for 3 grown Saiyans. BROLY then begins powering up, with a greenish aura surrounding him. Not that form. Goku knows exactly what BROLY's about to do. He's going to a form that he's seen him use before, as he powers up into Wrathful. And Vegeta's intrigued to see this form. Interesting. His rage has manifested itself in this way. The power of a great ape, it seems. But now that gap between the two is closed. And as much as Goku hates the idea of meddling in someone else's fight, he kinda needs to here. He powers up into Super Saiyan, flying upwards to fight with Vegeta. Vegeta's a little ticked off, telling Kakarot not to meddle. But Goku tells Vegeta. Does Vegeta see what Goku's been warning him about? Look how fast Broly's power is increasing, and it's still getting higher and higher, and he can't control it either. If they don't end this right now, Broly's gonna kill Vegeta, and possibly even destroy Earth, not being able to control his strength. Reluctantly, Vegeta then fights alongside Goku. They can't really coordinate too well, but in terms of pure strength, the two of them have that on their side. It is two Super Saiyans after all, and Goku kinda knows Broly's fighting style by now. Well, when he's kind of berserk like this, he gets kinda sloppy too, even though he adapts during battle, which makes it even easier for Goku to try and predict his movements and such. Combine that with the brute strength and battle strategies of Vegeta, they're able to push Broly back, and he tells Vegeta, time to put his full power into it. Goku charges a Kamehameha, and Vegeta gets next to him midair, not fond of the idea of teaming up with Kakarot, but he does so anyways. He charges a Gallic Gun, and the two launch the attacks in unison right at Broly. Thankfully, it's enough to damage him and knock him out. Vegeta notes that this is kinda weird. He feels some sort of deja vu, but he can't really tell why. He's never been in a battle like this before. But as the two power down, Vegeta then punches Goku right in the face, telling him to stay out of his way. Goku says that was kinda mean. There was no point in doing that. But Vegeta's kinda pissed off. Goku didn't have to meddle in that battle like he said. But Goku tells Vegeta he did it out of necessity, otherwise Vegeta would have died. He saw how powerful Broly was growing. But Vegeta's far too prideful about this. He just got Super Saiyan and couldn't win a battle alone, and he kinda blames Goku for it. He says he could have done it on his own, even though both of them kinda know that's not true. This makes Vegeta even angrier, and he powers back up into Super Saiyan, beckoning Goku towards him. He knows a way to settle this, fighting. But Goku says can't that wait? I mean, they just fought Broly, shouldn't they heal up and get their full power again? But Vegeta says no, this is happening right now, and Paragus laughs. Maybe Goku will kill that fool. Paragus is still not necessarily too fond of Goku either right now, especially after what he just did removing Broly's collar. Vegeta launches in towards Goku, and Goku has no choice. He powers up into Super Saiyan as well. Well, this could be fun at least, and a good way to test Vegeta's power. And Vegeta tells him to shut up, take this seriously. They need to settle this here and now, and the two begin battling. But amidst the fight, Goku tries to calm Vegeta down. Now isn't the time for a fight, they should do that later. Well, now that he thinks about it, no, maybe this will be a good idea. It'll be a good way to start their training against the androids. So, maybe it's a good idea to take this seriously. And he tells the others, he may have found a perfect training partner for himself. Broly was too strong and too volatile. Vegeta's just around a similar level of power. And this way for Vegeta, they can at least settle the score once more. The two continue their battle, and it's pretty long and drawn out. Goku ends up winning, having an edge in power, and there's also the fact that Vegeta was a little bit more worn out because he's been fighting Broly for longer. And Goku tells Vegeta, he said they should have waited until they're back at their full strength again, so they'll fight again later. Paragus is still pissed at Goku though. Why do you remove Broly's collar? They all could have died. And Goku says Paragus shouldn't have had Broly attack Vegeta. Yeah, Vegeta coaxed him into it, but Paragus should have kept his cool. Broly starts to wake up, and Goku is talking with everyone. They can't keep being adversaries like this. Goku's on pretty good terms with Broly at least, but Paragus and Broly hate Vegeta. Vegeta doesn't really like them either. And there's animosity between Goku and Paragus. They need to stop this. And Goku reminds Paragus, he should be thankful to be here too, instead of on Vampa. Earth is a nice place, and he shouldn't make it a hostile environment like this. Goku tells Paragus that he hopes he made the right choice by bringing him here. And Paragus is frustrated, but then storms off. If this is how it's gonna be, Paragus might need to train himself as well. And he wonders, he still has his youth. Maybe he could become a Super Saiyan. Maybe he could become incredibly powerful. But he's not entirely sure. He'll figure out a way to do so. If he can't rely on Broly's power, he could rely on his own. Now he's in a good spot to actually train, and eventually we finally arrive at the Android Saga. Although there's going to be a few changes to begin with. Besides the fact that Broly's here, Vegeta got here earlier and started training again earlier, there's also the fact that Goku actually ended up taking his heart virus medicine. I know, groundbreaking stuff. And as I mentioned in a lot of my videos, I use the theory that Goku got his heart virus from how he lived as a kid rather than getting it from Yardrat, but it doesn't really matter here if he's taking the medicine anyways. So whether or not he actually got it in the scenario, it doesn't matter, he's fine. Much better for him, of course. 19 and 20 show up. Of course, they don't realize these aren't the same two androids that Trunks was telling them about. But still, two androids appearing exactly where Trunks told them exactly at the same time, this all adds up for them. So why did Goku actually take the medicine this time? Well, there's a few reasons. For one, Goku's actually more concerned this time. Not only is he worried about the androids, but Vegeta's a little bit of a loose cannon still, and he's still concerned about Broly and Paragus, at least at first. Over the 3 years, everyone kinda calms down, but there's still some sort of animosity there, so Goku's watching his step. But mainly because, during their training, Vegeta calls Goku an idiot for not taking his medicine. Vegeta wasn't even here when that Trunks kid showed up, and even he remembered that Goku's supposed to take that soon. And Goku thanks Vegeta. He's a lifesaver, literally. Vegeta's embarrassed to hear this. He didn't do it for Goku. He did it so they'd have a better chance against those stupid robots, and Vegeta would still have a good training partner. But once the androids actually show up, they're not really too concerned. I mean, Goku and Vegeta have been training a lot together, and have also been training Gohan a bit as well. Not really Vegeta, but Gohan's joining in the training with Goku at least. Broly has been training with them though, and he's learning to control his rage better. Also, controlling his resentment towards Vegeta. Hell, even Paragus joins in on the battle. The group doesn't really know why, but Paragus has been training more himself as well. We're learning to rely more on his own power. And it's better this way too. Paragus says he doesn't have many years left before he starts rapidly aging, so he wants to use his power to its fullest while he can. So once they encounter the androids, 19 is defeated incredibly easily. 20 is still able to escape, trying to even take some power from BROLY as he does, but he realizes that he's heavily outmatched. Besides the fact that Goku's actually there this time to fight against them, there's also BROLY and Paragus too, and Paragus isn't incredibly strong, but is still an extra person. Trunks returns, glad to see Vegeta here, but also confused as to what's going on here. And he's really relieved to see that he was actually bored on this timeline. Okay, that's good too. While on top of Vegeta being here, Goku's still alive, so that's okay, but apparently the two androids that were here aren't the same ones that he saw before. And also in the meantime he asked Bulma about BROLY and Paragus and she knew nothing of them. Well, at least they seem like okay people, but still. He's come to realize, this definitely is not the same timeline now. Either they were separate to begin with, or he changed it somehow. Point is, they're not the same. And that means he's not really going to restore his future, but that's fine. He can at least save this timeline. Or help save it. Even though one of the androids is defeated, the other one still escaped. And 17 and 18 still haven't shown up yet. That concerns him. And of course, in the meantime, Gero goes back to his lab and starts to activate 17 and 18, who are slightly stronger, given the fact that they're also working with more data too. This goes kind of like normal. They kill Gero and eventually activate 16 too, with the group arriving on the scene not long later. And Trunks says these are the two androids, but he didn't realize there was a third one here. Actually, I guess a fifth one now? But whatever, the other two are dead. There's only these three to worry about now. So, at least that's better than 5. 16, 17, and 18 are really glad to see Goku there. Obviously, he's their main target, so they begin going right for him. Goku powers up immediately into Super Saiyan, telling the others to power up as well. He's not going to be able to do this alone. Trunks and Vegeta power up in unison, and Vegeta's intrigued to see what his future son is capable of. He had enough power to defeat Frieza and King Cold. He should be able to defeat these robots. Trunks doesn't show sure, but the three of them all jump in. Paragus tries to power up, and he's stronger than before, actually significantly stronger than before. It's great having facilities on Earth where he could train in and actually heal himself, unlike Vampa. But he still hasn't tapped into Super Saiyan, but he knows he's close. Maybe this fight could help push him over the edge. And then he could best Vegeta himself. If not that, then BROLY could do so, because the tides of the battle then turn as BROLY powers up. At first he's fighting in base, but he eventually goes into Wrathful. Over the past 3 years, he's been working with Goku and Vegeta, trying to get control of this power. Vegeta was actually a huge help, having knowledge of the Great Ape form, and giving BROLY some pointers on how to control this. And he was intrigued. Yeah, he didn't really like the idea that BROLY was some sort of loose cannon that's probably stronger than him, and probably could kill him. But he was intrigued to see him utilizing the power of a Great Ape in his base form. That's actually pretty cool. And now, BROLY has control of this. Sure, it's not Super Saiyan just yet, but it's BROLY. He's pretty much on the level of the 3 other Super Saiyans, if not a little above. And this makes Trunks confident. 3 Super Saiyans, and then another really strong Saiyan on their side. Maybe they could actually defeat the androids. And yeah, they could have. They're able to overwhelm 17 and 18. But with 16 in the battle, that kind of makes things a little bit more difficult. Trunks curses it. If there's only 2 androids here, they definitely would have been able to win. But with 16 there, he kind of evens everything out. There's a stalemate. 16 even duels against BROLY. The 2 tanks of each side of the battle fighting each other. And with BROLY drawn away from the other 2, they're able to fend off the 3 Super Saiyans, and everyone else for that matter, pretty easily. And the androids let them in on a little bit of a secret. Yeah, they might be even in terms of power right now, but 17 comments on this. They won't be able to keep this up forever. What does he mean? Well, they have infinite energy. At some point, they will win this battle. That's why they're not worried. Even if everyone's evenly matched right now, soon enough, they'll get tired out. But 16, 17, and 18, they'll still be perfectly fine. They might be able to figure out a way to win here, but it's a little bit too risky, especially knowing how Trunks' timeline turned out. Thankfully, someone else jumps in to help. Gohan and Krillin jump in, each performing a solar flare, blinding 17 and 18 as Broly's able to get away from 16. And Trunks says that was a good call, remembering future Gohan using that same technique before too. Vegeta still wants to fight, and Goku still kinda does too, but they realize it's probably better to escape, so they listen to Trunks and get out of there, utilizing the open that Krillin and Gohan made for them. 16 can't track them, but the good thing is, 17 and 18 have no clue of where everyone went. They're gonna need to figure out something different. And Piccolo has an idea too. The group decides to split up right now. The Saiyans retreat, going to Gravity Train first while Goku tries to think of another idea. And meanwhile, Piccolo then goes up to the lookout, which makes Goku remember. How did he forget? They should go up there too to the Room of Spirit and Time. And by the time they get up there, they see that Piccolo and Kami have merged. And Piccolo says this will definitely help them in their battle. And everyone's amazed at Piccolo's strength. Holy crap, he's the strongest one here right now. And he still urges them to try and do their training. The thing is, with the androids being stronger, Piccolo can't fend off against them alone. He's gonna need all of them in battle, and it wouldn't hurt to get a little bit of extra strength, especially if they have the time now that they've escaped from the androids. But Piccolo notes something interesting. There's a strange presence that he feels. Kami noticed it too before they merged. Well, it's not just one presence. He sensed two very odd energies, which makes no sense. There's the 3 androids, and no one can sense the power from them. They don't know what this is, but Piccolo says he'll check it out. And this is where we'll leave off for now. So, what'd you guys think about this part? What do you think's gonna happen next? Let me know your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. I'll be sure to check them out to see what you guys think. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you liked the video, and hit that bell icon so you're notified of the next part. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.